Hello, this is Samantha Nolan-Smith, and I am the CEO and founder of the School of Visibility. And I wanted to talk to you today about a healing tool. I've called this video a healing tool for times of trouble. Before I do, I don't think I've done a live video since my new piece of artwork has come into my office. I love it so much. Let me see if I can show it to you. Oh, do I need... I'm not doing very good camera work. There we go. That's by a man in Melbourne called Stefan Gevers. And yeah, I really love it. Anyway, healing tool for times of trouble. So this came about, and then we're going to take the exercise a few times. But just so you know the background to it a little bit, I am trained in a methodology called Compassion Key, and Compassion Key uses a mantra of, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. What I found, sometimes it is a really beautiful tool and really effective, but one of the things that we do in the School of Visibility is work with women on accessing and tapping into rage and anger, because it's a source of power. And when it's suppressed, it is exhausting, and it means that we are operating on less of our energy than we otherwise would. But when we can healthily access our rage and anger, acknowledge it, and then use it as a tool for transformation in the world, then it is just a beautiful thing. And what I was finding then as I was working with women around accessing that, the Compassion Key, they didn't want to hear, I'm so sorry you're feeling angry. They were like, no, I feel angry. I want to be acknowledged for my anger. And sorry, I feel like I really went for that then. And so I sat with that for a while, and I thought, what's a tool we can use that really honors that really sees that really enables you to feel seen, to feel understood. And then I had another tool that I use also quite a lot, Nonpersonal Awareness. And that really teaches you about depersonalizing your experiences. So you can have experiences in the world, but you don't take them so personally, you don't feel so personally attached to them. And there's a wonderful technique around that. But again, there was this desire to kind of simplify it. So I ended up really creating a very short, very easy process from these different investigations that I was doing in the work that I do with women in a group coaching setting, and then some of the women I work one-to-one within our program, Women Speaking Up. So this is the tool, and this is how it works. Or that's the background to it. And the tool is, I just call it the visibility process, and it's three very simple lines. And the lines are, I see, I understand, and I'm so sorry. That feels so personal. So let me take you through that a few times. So let's say you're feeling enraged. Particularly, I know many Australian women are absolutely so enraged at the moment by what's going on in Parliament. And when I know for myself, I felt completely enraged when I saw how many girls were being assaulted as teenagers. The work that Chanel Contos is doing, if you're familiar with it, it's about gathering testimonies about girls' experiences of being raped by boys at school. And so all of this is kind of swirling around in my environment anyway at the moment. And there's a lot of anger that has not been tapped into, has not been experienced before. So let's say that that's the feeling. And let's start with anger. You know you're feeling anger. And you can simply, once you recognize, oh, I feel so much anger here. Just take a moment to stop. You're connecting in with the part of you that's the witness to all that's happening in your life. So you've got that anger and raging part of you, and then you've got the witness to that. And the witness is speaking to the raging or angry part. And the witness simply says, I see you're feeling angry. I understand you're feeling angry. You can do this with me if you want as you're watching. I'm so sorry your anger feels so personal. And then just take a minute And then you might have another layer come up. So then it might move you through to rage. You've gone from anger and now you're like raging at whatever it is. And then you would again, you've got these two parts of you, and the witness part of you simply says, I see you're raging, or I see you feel rage. I understand you feel rage, and I'm so sorry your rage feels so personal. And again, I'll do one more example and then I'll talk you through what the experience I've had with it. And I'm really playing with this and experimenting, and I'd love to hear how you find it for yourself. Let's say you're feeling frustrated. Let's do two more, frustrated and overwhelmed. So you're feeling frustrated about something and you're in a situation like, oh, I'm so frustrated about this. Just take 2 seconds, literally, to just get that witnessing part. I see you're frustrated. I understand you're frustrated. I'm so sorry this frustration feels so personal. I like to blow it out because I feel like I want to get that out. And then overwhelm, which is another one often people will say to me. So I'm just like, oh, there's too much on. It's just chaotic. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I connect in with that overwhelm. And the witness says, I see you're overwhelmed. I understand you're overwhelmed. I'm so sorry your overwhelm feels so personal. Then you might have grief come up. Often sitting underneath overwhelm is grief. So then you would do it on grief. And you would just keep, what I do sometimes is I just sit down for like 5 minutes and I just keep saying, what's the emotion that's here now? What's the emotion that's here now? And then I use this tool. All the lines are is I see the emotion. So it's really working with your emotion specifically. I see your emotion. I understand you're feeling that. And I'm so sorry that emotion feels so personal. What happens for me, if I just sometimes go layer upon layer upon layer for like 5 minutes. So the next layer comes up, I do another round. Next layer comes up, I do another round. And what I find is it's really simple. So it's easy to do anywhere. I've done it on when I've been walking. I do it lying in bed sometimes. I do it when I'm sitting at my desk. And it just seems to neutralize the emotion. So I go from being kind of caught up in the emotion and then kind of, it's not really a victim to the emotion, but it's like I can't get my way through it, to very neutral about it. And that's kind of gone. And then I can just get on with my day. And it doesn't mean I'm ignoring the thing that might have triggered the emotion in the first place, but it means that I can respond to it differently. I can respond to it with more clarity and more focus, because there's not all this emotion swirling around. It's like, I know how to, I now know what I need to do. I've got a sense of where to go next or how to move forward next. So let me know if you've got questions about it. I feel like it's such a simple technique, right? I see the emotion. So you identify the emotion. It's all about working with the emotions. I see the emotion. I understand the emotion. I'm so sorry. The emotion feels so personal. What that has done for me is just allowed me in very tumultuous and turbulent times to stay grounded, stay centered, stay focused, and be able to move through that, navigate my way through that without being like really pulled off course by all the turmoil that's around me. So I would love to hear how you find it. I would love to hear that you're going to experiment with it. And I would love to hear feedback or questions or anything that you have about the technique. Obviously, it's something that I'm just bringing to the world. I'm just starting to share it with some groups. And I'm really interested to see how it works for you and whether there's any refinement that's necessary. But for now, it's the simple, identify the emotion, connect with the witness within. So that's that part of you that's always observing, or it's like your broader consciousness. It's the piece of you that doesn't get sort of caught up in the waves of emotion that come through. So you connect with that part. You can just do that by connecting to your heart center, and then simply talk to that part of you that's feeling overwhelmed, upset, frustrated, angry, rageful. I see, I understand. I'm so sorry. It feels so personal. Let me know in the comments as you're experimenting with it, and we can absolutely continue to talk about it, play with it, and develop it from here. Have a beautiful weekend. I hope everybody is well, and I will see you soon.